What's inside a Blue Apron box? The biggest question I have is, where is the Blue Apron? I'm going to share a brief story with you. Years ago, I took premium cooking classes from the appliance brand called Viking. I signed up for a 6-week course. It was once a week. And the very first thing that happened when we signed up, we attended our classroom, we went back into the commercial kitchen, is we each got a Viking white apron that had Viking on it. Now, it was not a high-end apron, it was a utilitarian apron, but what it was an incredibly powerful emotional connection tool. Have us put on a personal identity of, I am learning to be a chef, and all that goes with that. So it was brilliant for Viking to give out a very inexpensive apron to all of the students there, because we all felt immediately connected to what the brand stood for. We also felt a sense of personal identity. I'm going to be a great chef. Right, so all of that goes in, and it's an inexpensive surprise touch point to your customer. The same can be done and should be done with your brand, with your e-commerce relationship with your customer. So not all brands have an obvious indoctrination opportunity. So the fact that Blue Apron does not include a Blue Apron upon your first order is a missed opportunity that really should be leveraged. So with the amount of subscribers that the brand has, and the amount of meal kits that go out, and first-time trial buyers, it's an inexpensive way to create connection. So let me tell you again about my apron. So I took a second Viking class, right? And I got another apron at the beginning of that class. So both of those aprons still to this day hang in my pantry area. I also purchased years ago a high-end premium consumer retail apron. It's red, it says Viking. Now I have all three of those aprons in my pantry. People hang on to things like that, right? Because it's utilitarian, it's functional. The benefit of having the brand apron hanging in my pantry is that memory, that memorable experience, and my connection to that brand, in this case Viking, is still hanging in my pantry. And this has been like 8 years. The value of giving an apron, a branded apron for Blue Apron, to their trial buyer is that the buyer, the subscriber of the meal kit, is trial, right? So they're not a customer yet, and they're certainly not a loyal customer. They're giving it a go. They might try others because there's no connection, emotional connection, or a sense of loyalty. If they got a Blue Apron, and if that Blue Apron was hanging in their pantry, there's something that triggers the rules of engagement of human relationship. If I had a Blue Apron hanging in my pantry and then I went to try plated or purple carrot, the rules of engagement would actually trigger, and it would actually feel as though maybe I was cheating on my brand, on my Blue Apron. I would kind of feel bad. It's not conscious, it's subconscious. If there's enough equity, relationship equity, emotional connection equity to the brand that's been established, we will not defect so easily. So there's an opportunity in every brand to create a moment of connection in the beginning, a moment of surprise, delight, and a memorable touch point, what we call a defining moment in the resonance roadmap of the customer engagement with your brand. Blue Apron, it's obvious there should be a Blue Apron. Just saying. For your brand, what could you give as part of the entering into the community? Community changes everything. When you can develop community right out of the gate, you have a much better shot at holding on to that customer and not experiencing what mostly every established e-commerce digital brand is experiencing, which is the inability to really nail down retention.